Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel again. And in the last video, we have completed our entire playlist of all the categories of the blocks in PictoBlox. So from now on, let's try some of the combination of these categories so that we can build some of the cool projects. Okay. So from today onwards, we'll start building the project. So if you have any ideas or if you want to try out something on PictoBlox and you can't figure out the way how to do it, please comment down your problem statement. I'll definitely look into it and we'll make a video on that as well. Okay. So we'll start with a very basic level of programming since this is our first project. And the idea of this project is we are going to make a ball sprite which will be bouncing on the stage. And while it's bouncing, whenever it touches the edge, it will change its color and also will include some pop sound so that it looks much more like a bouncing. Okay, so let's start it. For that, first of all, let's name this project as bouncing ball, and we'll delete the sprite. Let's choose a ball sprite, which is over here. Just place your cursor on any sprite. You can see all kinds of costumes that are available for any sprite. So if we look at the ball sprite, there are different colors in the costumes. So let's go to costumes. We have different colors over here. If you want, you can add any new color as well if you like it. Like let's say for example, okay, almost all shades are already covered. So let's get to a black ball. Okay, so let me just fill it completely. Yeah, so it doesn't look like more realistic ball, but if you want to change the colors, just change it over here. Use the fill and just change, select the shade that you want and then fill it over here. Okay, right now I don't want to use any new costume, so let's just keep it that way. Now here we do have the ball. So simple thing, whenever it touches the edge, like edges of the stage, just have to bounce off. Now we already know what bounces off whenever it hits on the edge. So if on edge, we'll bounce it. So this thing obviously has to be in the forever loop, so we'll keep it in the loop. So whenever the ball is touching the edge, it'll just bounce off. So as you can see, it's changing the direction, right? Yeah, so that's how this works. And to trigger this, we'll use the event blocks. So for now, since this is our first project, we'll just use the when green flag is clicked as well. And after that, you can use any different triggers for this, when space keep rest. Anyway, this is forever loop, so let's just keep it this way. When green flag is clicked, forever. If on edge, it'll bounce. But obviously, whenever it is touching the edge, it has to bounce. And other than that, whenever it is not touching the edge, it has to go towards the edge, right? So for movement of the sprites, we do have change y by, change x by, and move 10 steps. So these three. And now how do you choose between them? See, one thing, if you use change x by or change y by, only the moment happens in that particular axis and it'll be like forever, like nothing changes over there. If you remember our breakdown of move 10 steps, it was like it's just going forward, right? Based on its direction of the ball, it just moves 10 steps forward. Doesn't matter on which direction it is facing, it'll go forward. But x and y are different. X and y will change the position on the axis itself. So let's say for example, let me use x for now. The same things apply, same rules apply over y by on the vertical direction. That's it. So see, it's trying to bounce. It's actually bouncing back, but even though it's bouncing backwards, we are changing x by 10, so it still has to go to the right side itself. So that's why it feels like it's shivering over there. So Now for the y as well, same thing, but instead of at the bottom, sorry, at the right, it will happen at the top. So that's why we should not use these two. So we'll use move 10 steps. Now, doesn't matter where it is, it just goes forward. So this would be more situational. Instead of controlling the sprites in a specific direction, this will control according to its direction. Now, obviously, one more thing you have to take care is, let's say, like whenever you put the sprite, it will be in 90 degrees direction. Now, in this case, if you use this, it'll just bounce off in the same direction, because bounce, what it does is it changes the direction by 180 degrees. So as you can see, 91 negative 90, 90 negative 90. So whatever happens, the direction changes by 180 degrees. That's what bounce means. So instead of making it bounce like in the same line, what we have to do, we have to set the direction other than 90, other than 90, negative 90. So there are these four values: 0, 90, 180, and negative 90 or 270, both are same. So these four values will always result in the same direction. So let's say for example 0, if I put this, it'll just go in the 0 direction, and as you can see, it's changing 180 degrees. 180 0, 180 0. So it's going into the same cycle again and again. Then if we just put it at 90, we have already seen what happens. Now 180 and 0, 180 and negative 90 will do the same thing, but in the opposite way. That's it. Okay. So other than these four values, you can put any value that will make it looks much more authentic, like authentic bouncing. So it's just bouncing off randomly. Even over here, it changes 180 degrees at a time. So yeah, but since it's not square, it's not going to be in the same path. It'll change eventually, just like bouncing without the gravity. You can think of it like that. Okay, now as I said, this can be any value other than 0, 90, 180, negative 90. Okay, let's go with 47 for now. Again, any random value, that's completely fine. Move 10 steps, 15 steps, this is also your wish. You can put any number of value, but if you increase the number of steps, it will be much more faster. Let's say 50, it will be like way more faster. If you make it just 5, it will be very slow. So I'll just keep it at 10 for medium pace. Now once this is done, so our main intention was to change the costumes as well, right? So whenever it hits the edge, only then it has to change its direction, change its costume, not every time. So let's say we have the next costume over here. So if you just put it, this costume will change like forever. So if you want it like disco light ball, then you can put it like this. Or else what you have to do, you have to put a condition: if the ball is touching the edge, only then it has to bounce, sorry, it has to change the costume. So for the condition, we need the if block, and the condition is touching the edge, right? So we'll go to the sensing blocks, touching edge, only then it is next costume. And while touching the edge, we have to also look for the pop sound, right? So yeah, let's just put it anything. Since pop sound is momentary, you can put any of this, doesn't matter. Now let's see. Again, you can either touch this entire block to activate it, or else just click on green flag to start it as a normal block. So let's keep it here, and as you can see, it's touching the edge, changing its color, and whenever it is touching the edge, it's changing its costume. Okay, so this is how you can follow the step by step process. So have your problem statement in your mind very clear. Once you understand how it is, once you understand how the problem statement goes, step by step you can solve each part of the statement. to achieve the entire project done. Okay, so that's it for today. Very short video since it is a very basic program. Once, as I said, comment down the problem statements that you're struggling with. If you want to do any of the projects, I'll do the videos and I'll upload it in the channel. So for more videos and for more logical thinking ideas, stay tuned, and for now, goodbye.